CHNFC 27-22. But on the other hand, Havelock's so far unbeaten, and they have beaten Navy 21-5 and they beat Army 36-14, and it was a close call until the last minute. 2017 against CHNFC, and Air Force they won 26-22, and against Police again a close call 21-17. So there's a tendency, if you look at the season so far for Havelock Sports Club, they've been pulling victories in the last couple of minutes, so that's quite going to be interesting. But I'm not sure whether it's going to be the scenario here. It could be different, but we are looking forward for CRNFC to bounce back from the season that they're having so far.
Yeah, if you just analyze the last games you mentioned of Havelocks, it has been a very, very close battle, especially the CH Air Force and the Army. Is it the Army or the? Yeah, that's right.
Army.
Yeah, Army has been very close score calls, and surprisingly, Navy losing to Army, and an Army.
Boys. And if you look at the Fernando, Rahul and Sandesh Javed combined very well. And they have done the contact for Havelock. And fullback for Havelocks, and CRNFC it's going to be Johan Dilanje, Supun Varnakula Surya and Dilshan Jaya going to be the front three forwards. Shehan Kalnegoda, Devinder Kumar, Jero Daranja, and as we speak, there you go. That's a kickoff. It's a high hanging kick going into deep. CR picking up the ball early on and going into contact, and this is a great start for CRNFC. They can make this account count and they can score early. That'll going to give definitely advantage for them. And good dishing out and opting to go for the corner flag. And that's touch and go. Beautiful kick. Good start, Changa.
Yeah, absolutely good start. Havelocks, on the other hand, made a super of it, of the kickoff, receiving the kickoff. Nobody called and got under it. And by then, I think the wind factor also played there. We could see the flags fluttering around. You know, it's not going either left or right. It's just in the center. So that speaks, and a lovely start for CRNFC.
Yeah, excellent start for CRNFC. Leading from the front, skipper Kavindu Di Costa. And good kick by Zubey there to touch. And this is going to be a massive, massive moment for CR. But let's see, it's going to be an opposition line out and they have to contest. And let's see how CHN, in fact, Heavy is trying to get out of trouble. Yeah, clean line out. Nicely taken. Obviously, they'll be opting to put the ball out of the danger zone, but trying to settle things. And under Sanat Martis, they're quite good with their mauls. And you can see
have they driven them 25 meters or more than 25 meters from there?
Well, almost. Now the ball goes out. And good hands out, and well, Havelock's fighting back, so that is a bit of a good move there. But seems like a turnover ball. Good passage of play there by Havelocks, but unfortunately lost the ball. So chance for CR to regroup and continue their attack. Skipper sending it out to number 8. Glad. Chitradishan, and he goes into contact. And once again, good big tackle coming in against the charging Aryapala. De Costa looking for options. He's been held back. Good tackle there, well committed by Dinush Aryapala. Once again, Imanka Aryapala. De Costa trying to organize his three quarters, and this time goes in Varnakula Surya. A lot of recycling work happening, multiple phases. Better put the ball back in. Made a massive miss out of that. Massive miss out of that. Vimukti Rahula was under pressure and just took the eyes off. That's what happened.
Yeah, but he had plenty of time, and he knew that his player who was with the ball was going to feed him, because that's the only option we would have done, or gone into long touch. But he would have preferred a man not under pressure, having the ball and doing that act of putting the ball into touch. So Havelocks at the moment have made 3 crucial errors and putting themselves under pressure.
It's a good passage of play. So far so good for CRNFC, except for the only single move by Havelocks. They drove about 30 meters to get out of trouble. Good low scrum. De Costa to Zubair, looking for options, comes in and crash in there. Ruchireka Naika. Well, it's an early penalty, so it's very much kickable distance. Yes, good call by the skipper. So this is what they've been pushing for.
Yeah, absolutely. They got things right from the kickoff, and that's a good thing. The Reds are dominating play at the moment, and because Havelocks, having had possession, crucial, got out of that danger zone area and then lost the ball by isolating a player, and then of course now making crucial.
Territory, but you are losing the position.
Yeah, absolutely, that's right. At the last moment of it, and they lose position, somebody takes the ball, runs away from support, and there is a penalty given, because I think he saw it, and that's why he kicked it. He went for no man's land.
And in that case, I think it's wise thinking, I guess.
Yeah, wise thinking. Yeah, I think he went to no man's land. He saw the referee's hand out, and now they opt for the 3 points, which CR didn't.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the point. CR had the opportunity to extend the points, or rather take the lead back, but they opted to go for touch. But this time, Havis, they are going for the post. So very much kickable distance for. There you go. So CR line out inside Havis territory. I'm opting to go for a short one or a long one. Well, I'm not sure what it was, but referee continues to play. So I think it was knocked forward by Havelocks, and well, completely the hooker missed it. So the ball went very flat and low, and Havis forward trying to hanging on to it, and apparently it was a knock forward. So therefore it's scrum inside Havis territory within 15 yards, I would say, and ball in favor of CRNFC. So they get another chance.
Another chance after a comedy of errors. Another opportunity. You get to get your restarts right, especially the lineouts. Such an important restart in the game.
So scrum seems to be clean, sending into Dore. He was looking for options, long hands, and Chamod Fernando, he's been brought down. Good defense there by Aryapala.
Went right across the field, right across the pitch, and they knock the ball on, and you give it back to the opponents. Clifford, and also year in, year after, I've seen rugby being played. When the time that I was coaching, I was talking to some of the young coaches. It's the same pattern. Hit, or they call it hit, and then more hit. There is no other line of, variations coming in. It has been the same old pattern.
So no creative play. Aryapala once again. Just wondering why Havis didn't put an effort to clear the line. Want to set it up for a deep kick, though. It's a decent one.
That's a good touch, decent touch. We need to see more of the offloads and support play coming in, and to keep the ball alive. More of the offloads and support play coming in, and to keep the ball alive, rather than going into tackle pods.
Well, I don't know whether it's that the young lads, those who enjoy that when you go into contact, that big noise, bang.
So no contest and not in straight, says the referee, and with the assistance of the touch judge. The CR hooker, the thrower, is not happy about it. Obviously he thinks he's got it straight.
So seems like CR starting to lose the plot a little bit here and there. This has been their downfall so far in the season. I would say a game. Yes, they have had small moments, but they have not genuinely put in real moment. And beautiful kick and chase. Good grubber there coming in favor of Havelock Sports Club. And the big number 8 charging down, Lasindu Karunathilaka. A stubborn number 8 charging down, Lasindu Karunathilaka. A stubborn contender refuses to go down always. And okay, it's going to be a penalty for Havelocks. So obviously they're going to go for the post.
Yeah, I suppose because he has been successful with the three court, but I think it's not. It's a different court. He's into touch.
So maybe they have gathered some confidence now. So you can see the background there in the CRNFC fence, which used to be covered, and now it's a supermarket's car park, and where you can watch from there, so you don't need tickets. So even if you say the spectators are not allowed, you get spectators who's watching from outside.
From the car park.
So the car park owners are going to have a time when it comes to CRNFC games. You go, you park there and buy a chewing gum, and you come and stand there.
Absolutely. At least you said a chewing gum.
Well, there you go. Successful line out for Havelock, and they are charging forward, and there seems to be a good work. Vimukti Royal lining up his three quarters. Sandesh Javikrama coming in there. Aryapala in the line. Karuna Tilak is also joining in there. But in the meantime, still opting to go with the forwards. And oh, that's a massive, massive drop. Well, CR managed to putting the ball out. Lassindra Di Costa. Well, in fact, Kavindu Di Costa. Fantastic kick. Fantastic kick. Almost to the halfway mark. Inside the 5-meter lane. Good recovery by CRNFC there.
Absolutely. Fantastic recovery. Havelock's made a mess out of their attacking move there. They should have stuck to the pick and go, pick and go.
Well, sometimes when you reach that 5-meter yard, you get this white line fever, you know.
That's my ball.
That's my ball, yes. So there's an injury to Havis player, though. That's Shinal Dilekar, the skipper. Seems like a blood injury. He's been treated.
And I think the former Tomian player CJ is on the field for him.
So 5-man line out. CHNFC. Sorry, Havelocks. So knock forward by CRNFC. So chance for Havelocks once again. And well, CR had a good start until 20 minutes. I think they were pushing it really hard. But for the last 10 minutes or so, Havelocks have turned things around and have taken a little bit of control of the game now.
I would say, Clifford, a wee bit of control. Not really a control. Because if you see the sides, I still put Sia a few steps ahead of Havelocks in term of play.
So good scrum. Rahula to Javikrama. Javikrama sending it out wide to Nishon Pereira. Good tackle coming in there for him. And good running there by Ramesh Fernando. He's been brought down. But still, Havis charging forward. They have the ball. That's the most important thing. Good recycle and recovery there. Javikrama to Fajduddin. Sandesh Javikrama doing the cleaner's job, and Nishon Pereira pushing hard. It's a grabber. Goes down to Kavindu Di Costa, but again it's a penalty for Havelocks.
And that's why the grubber. I think you got to play the advantage rather than waiting to get the long arm, because maybe you miss an opportunity of getting the 5 points rather than going into the corner for another restart.
So once again opting to go for touch, and good kick. God bless the owners of the cars parked on the car park there.
Might cost them more than the chewing gum.
So Fajduddin organizing his forwards. and opting to go for a 6-man line out.
Fajuddin had been a sensational turnout for Havelocks and continued his performance from Royal College. He's been fantastic on the field.
So young lad, highly experienced. Good pick up there by Malaysia Madhumohan. Sandesh Javikrama, long cut-out pass. Ooh, good attempt there by Ramesh Fernando. Didn't have much support, so it was knocked forward. Good attempt by Havelocks, but still they are a little bit unorganized, or rather disorganized, I would say, in terms of attacking, even though they're getting the balls. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence, and they have the points on the board. But CR, slightly they have taken the foot off the pedal, but they're defending well. So this is chance for them to regroup and come back.
Clifford, it's unfortunate we can't have the replay on, but of the lineouts that have happened in the corner, I'm just thinking how could Havelocks that driving ball go to ground, because I see a player on the ground. I cannot see whether it's a pink and brown or a red and blue T-shirt. Definitely there is a collapse of a maul there.
Violation. So, oh, look at that scrum. Look at that scrum. Havelock seems to be way too powerful. Yeah. So
Cooper is back on the field.
So the replacement player Christian Cedric coming off. He played his bit there, did a wonderful job. So Shinal Dilek is back on the field. That's going to give boost a little bit of confidence for Havis. So CR scrum once again. Havis charging down, and the skipper comes in, and there's going to be an instant impact, and they touchdown. Beautiful bit. Havelock's try number 2. Instant response by the skipper. As soon as he comes in, picks up the loose ball and goes down the left flank and pass it down to Randita Varnapura, who touches down. Try number 2 for Havelocks, 13-3.
Set pieces, my friend, set pieces. If you don't get it right, you are going to call. Especially in the scrummage, if you can't get a scrum right, if you can't hold the opponent's scrum, you're in trouble. Because every time that there's a crooked throw in the line out or the option is given, Havelocks will say, I will have a scrum down. And CR can't call for the scrum because they know they're going to be shoved. So one option is taken off.
There you go. So strategically attacking, knowing the weakness of the opposition. Good turnaround scrum there by Havelocks. Sandesh Javikrama kicking from the flank.
Certainly it's not number 2 who's taking the kick.
Oh, that's beautifully executed. Beautifully executed.
Absolutely fantastic kick from the touchline. Adding icing on the cake to a try that they robbed the ball from CR and going on the blind side. Beautifully executed kick to put the icing on the cake.
So Havelocks regaining momentum, turning things around slowly, and whereas I see CRNFC losing the plot, or rather starting to lose.
Hopefully Havelocks will get the restart right this time, because CR has put tremendous pressure on the restarts.
So tell me about Duray's father. So
oh, he was a fantastic player, brilliant player, absolute fantastic gentleman.
Once again, deep kick and going into the same place, same player. Probably they're targeting Randita Varnapura. But Havis managed to secure the ball. And Faiz Abdullah going into contact, setting up a beautiful ruck. Umesh Madhushan, or in fact Matisha Sarachandra, has been very instrumental. Well, it's not a good clearance kick, but still managed to collect it. Oh, it was a steal. Beautifully stolen. Off the hands of the fullback, Yasas Kavindu. Sarat Chandra going into contact. They got numbers to their right. Nishan Fernando. And this time it's going into Ramesh Fernando. Good passage of play by Havelocks. Beautiful loose rugby. Good hands. Good running. CR finding to cope, or rather defending terribly, I would say. Good passage of attacking there by Havelocks again. CR finding it difficult to cope with. And this is going to be try number 3 coming in. Pick and go, loose ball. Umesh Madhushan touches down for Havelock Sports Club. Beautiful executed try. And a little bit of a confusion. The referee awarded the try. Well, seems like
consultation with the touch judge and the referee, and the beauty of that try is if he had run to the right, he was clearing. There was nobody in there, right directly near the post. Instead of that, he saw the 2 defenders and he ran left into the defenders and said, "You're not going to stop me."
That's a little bit of arrogance, isn't it?
Typical forward. Come on, number 4 getting the ball and seeing the white line, and then he,
Well, it was completely a mismatch. In fact, Asas Kavindu is not a big made player. Like, he was a short player. And, well, yes, obviously, like, it was a forward's arrogance. But then again, ultimately, 5 points gained. And Sandesh Javikrama, after conversion, you can see Fajuddin calming players down. He's there to support Sandesh. And successful conversion. Beautifully executed. So Havelock now breaking away, and they saw the opportunities and they just take those chances. So going into halftime, 22-3, and Havelocks having a fantastic game, but CRNFC had a good start but unable to cope up with the pressure from Havelocks.
Yeah, it's not that they had a good start. They had position. The main thing was they didn't trouble the scorer. If they troubled the scorer with the opportunities of the position they had, territorial advantage they had, today it would have been a different game round.
Well, I'm sure they must be kicking themselves for not converting those opportunities into points. And let's see how the second half is going to turn out to be. And with that, we're going to go in for a short break, and we'll see you soon. 22-3, Havelocks leading against the RNFC. Hello there, welcome back. You're watching the live encounter between CRNFC and Havelocks here at CRNFC grounds. And going into halftime, Havelocks leading 22 points to 3. And Chang, even though CRNFC had a promising start, like we discussed, they were unable to convert those opportunities into points. So let's hope it's not going to cost them the game, but definitely they have to come back with better decision making and keeping control of the ball. But on the other hand, Havis, they clicked. And you were a little bit worried, like, they were having a sleeping game.
Yeah, that's right. They sniffed the opportunity and they took the opportunity. Whereas here had so much opposition, they have not been able to convert them into points or dictate terms on the field. But sometimes you wonder why you are 7th down and why Havelocks are on the top, and this might be the reason.
Well, as we speak, the restart was a good deep on high hanging kick going into deep by Sandesh Javikram by Havis, and CRNFC has managed to get out of trouble. Good kick there by Dore. But in the meantime, I think the Havis keeper is out at the moment. He had an injury, couple of stitches, I guess.
That's right, he's been replaced. I think CJ is on the field.
So he's been replaced by Christian Cedric Delel, number 16.
Another young potential player, Clifford, has the ability to shift. He's a utility player, flanker, up front in the front row, and I think he started off as a centre.
Yeah, so today he's playing as a flanker. He's pairing up with Malisha Medumewan. Oh, good turnover scrum there. Beautifully done by Havelock Sports Club. Not giving away anything from that scrum for CRNFC. Javikram to Nishon Fernando, looking for Ramesh Fernando. In fact, that was Randita Varnapura who goes into contact and trying to break inside. Beautifully done this time. Ramesh Fernando coming from the blind side, and Sandesh opting to go on the different direction. And Havis pressing hard and trying to push CR back, and seems like a big powerful run. That was a massive hit. Hope he is okay. So we're coming all the way back, and it's a penalty to Havelocks. That's quite interesting.
Quite a long playoff passage and advantage for Havelocks.
Multiple phases, but Sandesh opting to go for touch. So even though it's kickable distance, this time they're going for touch again and again. So that shows the confidence levels that they have got compared to the first few minutes they had in the game.
Yeah, 22-3. I would have still gone for the 3 points if possible. Make it 25-3. Make it a bit more further away. And coming back to the advantage, I think the referee has to see on a territorial advantage or quality position. I thought Havelocks had quality position at that time, and nevertheless, he's the man who has to make the call on the field for advantage play.
So CR, they have to score minimum 4 times. Good clean line out, but I'm a little bit confused how the player has gone down. Maybe he lost his footing. Havelock forwards going into contact, and this time Karuna Tilaka, big lad, trying to do a rollover. Quick hands, and seems like a loose ball. It's lost. Referee is playing advantage. No, he says like no, ball is okay, so it's good to go. So Havelocks once again. Could this be try number 4 coming for them? Good effort there. Has the try been awarded?
Yes, he's been awarded.
He has been awarded.
So CJ makes his presence on the field as soon as he's been substituted. Go closer with the support of the forwards, go over the line for yet another Havelock's try.
It's a good restart for Havelock Sports Club, and they are trying to, or rather continuing to, carry the momentum where they stopped or left in the first half. And first scoring opportunity, and they managed to get something out of it. 27-3 for Havelock Sports Club. So this broadcasting is brought to you courtesy by Sri Lanka Rugby, and they're going strong with this coverage, and you can see as we speak Sandesh Jayavikrama keeps on adding the points. So 29-3. So that's going to give Havelock Sports Club probably the bonus points. Dore putting the ball deep into Havi's territory, but Havelock's good collection. Oh, seems like CR has collected it. It's a good chance for them to build something out of this opportunity. Yasas Kavindu going into contact. Turnover. Beautiful stuff there by Havelock Sports Club. And the big prop forward Faiz Abdullah going in. A loose ball, but still secured. Vimukti Rahula.
Referee calls it, he was held, so he must put the ball, he must let the ball go and then pick it up. And that was a call by the referee.
So if you're the coach, so if you're the coach of CRNFC, what do you think that you will be doing?
Well, if I was the coach of CRFC,
which you'll never wanted to be, it's a different topic. But then again, if you're the coach, so
I think at this moment it will be to minimize on your damage control. It's a kind of damage control now because the set pieces are not coming right. They're getting shoved and the lineouts are not coming right. And in fact, even this lineout, they lost the ball and Havelocks are having the put in. So those are cardinal mistakes. And I don't know whether if I was a coach, whether we come into that situation first. But having said that, I'm just joking.
I'll take that. But anyways, you're absolutely spot on. Even though Sia has been having possession, and right now they're not getting those things right. The set plays are quite important, and they're not been having the ball for some time, and it's been Havelocks who's been having possession lately. Karnathilaka breaks in. Vimukti comes. Oh, it's an interception. Quite interesting play, trying to break on the blind side inside their own 22 meters.
That's the game, Clifford. That's the game. I mentioned last time also. It's rugby is now. It's a bit on the league where you get uncontested breakdowns, whereas in the union you get contested breakdowns, and that's a call.
Interesting. See, so these two teams, they have a bit of history. They play for Matthias Trophy, but as we speak, Havelock Sports Club a good call by the ref. Fajuddin going down and pretty much isolated on that occasion. Didn't have much support, so had to hold on to the ball. And chance for CRNFC. So let's see what's the call going to be. Is it going to be touch? Yes, it is going to be touch.
You see the advantage of it. You have gone down the park at least 30 points, 30 meters, and if you can't win that line out, you lose your plan. If you can't use the set pieces, you have to win the set pieces. It's a must. And they got one of better of Havelocks in the restart set pieces. Every restart set piece, almost everyone, every series they have got the better of Havelocks. They have forced them to earn. They won ball, but they couldn't have not put to use anything into use. Good use.
So the advantage of penalties are you get the opportunity to gain territory while having possession. So right now CR have penetrated right back into the Havis territory. Let's say that's a line out, almost lost but managed to win it.
So back again, you see, it's a struggling line out. You're not winning it. Havelocks have disrupted the line out.
See, Changa, now they're going in for a scrum, and well, that's not going to be in favor of them. And because we have seen time and again Havis forwards winning those opposition scrums, which you rarely get to see in club rugby these days.
Yeah, it should be even Steven when you come into scrum. That's what I'm saying. You need to lock yourself in the restarts. It's a must. There's no excuse for that.
So 29-3, Havelock still leading. CR inside Havis territory. They have the ball. You can see the scrum coming in, but in the meantime, skipper breaks free. And he's got support, but not enough strong legs. Yasas Kavindu coming in there, but opting to go on the opposite direction. Replacement player there, Samir Pumal. He goes into contact. Setting up that ruck. Kavindu Di Costa looking for options. And a long pass. Good defensive tackle there. Fantastic tackle there coming there by Havelock Sports Club. Didn't give much chance. Had the space, not enough width for Chamod Fernando to drive through. So the best thing is, even though CR has been attacking from the beginning, and right now we can see there's a little bit of change of momentum, but still they're finding it difficult or unable to break the Havelock's line.
Yeah, because their try lines are on the touch line. If you see the last one, they've done one touch to the next touch line. And the new position away, so they got to do something.
That's a good one. Try lines on the touch line. Yeah, they've been running towards the touch lines. Good scrum there by Havelock Sports Club. You can see CR forwards all over the place. Havelocks opting to work the ball. That's going to be a foot race. Good ball inside. Kick and chase. This is going to be a good foot race. Well, quite interesting. Coming in for the rescue was Kalindu Nandila.
So the line out call by the touch judge. I think one of the Havelocks players have put the foot onto this thing.
There's replacement coming in for CRNFC. Fresh legs. Pasindu Utpala coming in there. Let's see whether CR can get this line out right. They're doing a lot of things, but it's a little bit complicated. They're making things very complicated for themselves, and but managed to get the ball. So that's the best thing. But going into contact, let's hope they're not going to get any players isolated. Good defense there by Faiz. It's a struggling passage of play for CRNFC. Gives the ball away once more. This is what Chang has been saying. So turnover ball once again.
The scores we have CH was the Air Force is that CH were trailing 12 points to 5 at halftime or somewhere stage in the game, and now they are leading by 19 points to 12. CH are leading by 19 points to 12 with the Air Force. That's CH versus Air Force at the race course. The scores to you.
Well, once again, CRNFC, they had the ball and they were running out of options going into faces and just going for a blind kick. And luckily they were able to recover the ball through a knock forward. But once again, a lucky escape from the scrum. Good quick hands, ball going into Yasas Kavindu once again. Too many players coming into contact there, and CRNFC still pushing. It's a turnover, beautifully won, stolen off the hands. That's pretty embarrassing, isn't it? Sanjay Javikrama setting it out wide. He's got numbers. Beautiful run, good tackle coming in there, and Tikshana Dasanayaka. Havelocks pushing forward. It's a massive, massive turnaround. Good passage of play for Havelock Sports Club. They turn things around. Loose position. Good recovery there for the rescue. It was Devinder Kumara.
Now, right from an attacking situation for the Reds, coming and defending. And of course, Havelocks had the went into contact.
Something else I keep noticing, Sia has been winning the ball back a little bit for the last couple of minutes, but it seems like they're running out of options when they get the ball to do what, and maybe like you're running out of ideas, I would say, rather than options. So therefore they just go into contact, or if not, they just kick the ball. And I mean, that's not which they did fantastic game.
If you see the Havelock's defensive line, now I'm just giving you a bit of this, they're all up there in front, right? And if you see the fullback, you got to see where he's standing. What's the distance between the line of defense and the fullback? If he's standing about 15 to 20 meters, the fly-half needs to put the ball behind him. If he goes back, you put it in, drop in there. Sia must drop the ball behind the defense, because they are right up there. If you see the next line of defense, this is what I noticed. Because if you, that's the reason why Sia can't move, because the defense is right up there and waiting to pounce on it. If you put the ball up in the air with a slight punch, kick, punt over the the defenders and start moving, then Havelock's defensive line will start thinking whether what's he going to do. Is he going to do a kick over?
Well, once again, CR Sky. And another thing that I noticed, maybe under pressure, that's a terrible kick. Didn't help at that occasion.
It's 29 points to 3. Havelocks, of course, leading here at Longdon Place.
So 29 points, 4 tries, bonus points gained. It's a simple, basic line outs. Yeah. So bringing the... So you can't bring a maul down just like that.
He's absolutely lucky to stay on the park right now.
This is not the first occasion we've noticed, but this is the first occasion referee has spotted it. So Jai Vikrama going in for touch.
Yeah, but Clifford, you and I were having off the mic discussion because how the Havelocks moving forward, the driving mode was stopped. We could see a player underneath, but we were not sure which side had the player. Obviously, Havelocks will go down there.
So that's a risky operation too. when you have a ball and you go and commit yourself there, and you just simply get killed.
It's actually dangerous for yourself.
So CR, or rather Havelocks, just within touching distance of the CR touch line. Clean line out, basic one, good jump. Once again, the ball, driving ball has been brought down. Try scored. Try number 5 for Havelocks. That was long coming. It's been continuous effort, but this time they executed it well. So CR defense a little bit disorganized. Not a little bit, I would say. I think they have lost concentration.
Yeah, it has been a very, like I would say, the floodgates are getting opened, and hopefully we'll have the rain. Where the hydroelectricity is, that we could open the floodgates there too. But anyway, the floodgates are getting opened here because by the minute, Havelocks are really dominating their set pieces, and they're getting their set pieces right, and that's why you got 34 on the board.
Jai Vikrama, he's been fantastic with his boots. Well, probably you can call it the commentator's curse.
Well, maybe that, because the flag stayed down and the cheering Havelock supporters kept their voices also numb.
It's quite interesting to see. We are sitting inside CRNFC and so much support for Havis.
Back then, the old days, you had the support coming from both sides, voiceover support and a lot of females supporting the CRNFC.
Kalinda Nandila with the restart. Good collection, and Javikram in return puts the ball back inside CR Park, and the ball stays inside. Good hands. Tries to step back inside, runs into danger, but luckily they had support. If not, it would have been isolated. They're trying to work their line. They have options. Well, seems like a decent decision. Instead of kicking, they wanted to keep possession, which is quite good. And they got some fresh legs on the park, so therefore you can see a little bit of running. But let's see how they can challenge the Havis forwards. So the previous try scorer is Hafiz Noor Adahan. Fantastic player once again. There you can see number 37, the last try scorer. De Costa going for a long one. Well, good kick. He spotted his Winthree standing so wide and not many defenders around, so opted to go for the long kick, and the option was quite good, but the collection was not there, so too unfortunate. So something that CR has to worry about every time they go in for a scrum, and they've not been winning the set pieces, so they have to really worry about it. At the beginning they were quite good with their scrums, as well as they were taking the lineouts as well, but lately they've been a little bit trying to do one too many things in the lineouts, and they're losing out.
In my opinion, Clifford, it's a big area that they have to get it right if they are going to be very competitive in rugby. The set pieces are very important.
Once again, Havelocks. Good hands. Ramesh Fernando goes down. Beautiful tackle. Beautiful tackle coming from Yasas Kavindu. That was good defending by CRNFC on that occasion. If not, CR was just having it and they were trying to work that ball and saw those gaps and trying to penetrate and bringing them to the corner flag level and taking them out. That was quite good.
So Reds will have another line out, and let's see what they do with that.
Supan Warnakula with the throw in. Messed it up. Quickly taken. Oh, that was a wild pass. Let's hope they recover it. The intentions are pretty cool. Intentions are pretty obvious that they wanted to attack. But again, there you go. Havelocks breaking free. Try number 6 coming in for them. Beautiful touchdown. Ashil Ranasinghe, who replaced Vimukti Rahula as scrum half, and saw that opening. It was a quick tap taken and just ran towards it. Beautiful execution, good thinking, sensible playing. You can give the credit to that young lad. Ashil Ranasinghe.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a privilege and a pleasure, and gives you a lot of things to score against Sia, because there's a lot of history between these two clubs, and to get a name on the board it speaks volume for a youngster who's just coming to replace as a halfback. So it's 22-12, CH leading over Air Force at the race course, and it is 39 points to 3 with the conversion to come. And the flags go up, and you can hear the Havelocks Sports Club cheering and clapping. You know the 2 points have been added.
So there you go, Sandesh Javikrama this time making no mistakes. And 41-3, massive victory here for Havelocks. They are cruising away. They have taken the game away from CRNFC. So you're talking about the rivalry. How was the rivalry during your time? Was it massive as this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think sometimes the tickets were sold 3 days before the game.
Wow.
And it was really big. It has been always big. The rivalry has been always good.
So restart is, well, pretty much both the teams opting to go very deep instead of high-hanging kicks, and which gives them opportunity for them to charge down. But they were more concentrating on territorial gain rather than trying to get position.
Yeah, the last 2 kicks Havelocks got away with because the kicks have been deep. Otherwise, Sia's execution on the restart from the center has been pretty good. I don't know why they changed it.
So 41-3, Havelocks leading. And even though this is a league game, still they'll be playing for the Matthias Trophy, a traditional encounter between these two teams. CR losing out on the line out once again, gives more options for Havis. Oh, once again breaking away. Can he go all the way? Well, this young scrum half has been fantastic for Havelock Sports Club. Ashil Ranasinghe. And that's Tikshana Dasanayaka. He is breaking away. Support coming in there from Chanaka Chandimal. And this time Ramesh Fernando. Good high tackle. But he makes no mistake. Managed to keep on to the ball. Just brushed through 3 defenders. An absolutely brilliant finish. And Havelock is playing wonderful rugby here.
Absolutely. The start was such a slow start. We are wondering, I think they are woken up. Or is it this the time they start practicing? I wonder. Because they have really got their tails up. They're just smashing through them. 46 points with a conversion to come. I don't know how many minutes to go. But don't go by the clock that's on the screen, because the referee's clock that matters. And fantastic. 46 points to 3 with a conversion to come. And absolutely fantastic. They got their act together. They got everything right. And that's why the scoreboard reads 46.
So once again, the breakaway run came from this young lad again, Ashil Ranasinghe, who scored the previous one. And the big names, Tikshana Dasanayaka and Chanaka Chandimal, they joined in. And experience counts. And also Ramesh Fernando taking 3 defenders and going in for touch. So that was absolutely brilliant. Oh, that was a close shave. Chanaka Chandimal going for that kick. 46-3.
Chanaka Chandimal, known as Mia. Oh, he has been around, and he's been a fantastic player. It is actually wonderful to see him on top gear.
If we were to call these players by their nicknames, you and me will be barred from commentating.
Sometimes they might like it because that's how they are known.
I know.
Or maybe some of the names you can't use it.
Correct. So it usually happens with our schoolmates, right? So somebody comes and say, so and so. No, you never know that, until you call them by nickname.
Yeah. So with the members of the staff.
That's a good one. But once again a deep kick instead of a high-hanging kick. But CH, or rather Havis, this time going into contact and trying to set up a ruck to clear that one. And Chanaka Chandimal. Made a big mockery out of it. Supan Varnakulasuri is the culprit on that occasion. He couldn't do much. Must be tired legs. Been a very tough game.
He's an experienced player. He's been around for some time.
But something I would like to ask you is about the fitness, which is quite important, because see, I was talking about how energetic CR was for the first 20 minutes, and when you go into second half, you can see Havis playing a different game, and CR is held back.
Yeah, that is because of the scores. Sometimes put your, you get your heads down, and it's not about the fitness. It's trying to see, okay, referee, how many minutes to go. So it's just that everything is it's not coming right. And I sincerely hope that they'll put their act together and come right, because it's a good side, it's a good team.
So again, Ashil Ranasinghe puts the ball back in. Havis having control over it. Karunatilaka breaks in, but he runs into traffic. Running with confidence into traffic, that's something is important here. And Ranasinghe clears it, Fajuddin. And Fajuddin sending it out to Randy Silva. Again, a tough campaigner, refusing to go down. Opting to go on the blind side, losing it out. Seems like a CR ball coming through. Seems like a turnover. Referees playing advantage for CRNFC. Could be a scrum any moment, unless otherwise CR managed to clear it. That's a risky pass. And once again, you bring the ball in and you don't give much space or rather much width for your win three. It's just like, you come closer to him and giving it to him and say, thank you so much. The feel for Kalindu Nandila. He had space. Seems like
a high tackle.
So that's Ramesh Fernando, the try scorer, who's been very instrumental. So he's been sent to the bad boys chair, or rather naughty boys chair.
That also might be the end of his play, because I'm sure we must be clocking less than 10 minutes into this half now.
That's an error. CR looks so dejected after leading 3-0 and playing some good rugby only for 20 minutes, I would say. The first 20 minutes, they had the opportunities but unable to convert them into points. On the other hand, Havelocks, they took their chances, and second half completely ran riot here at CRNFC. 46-3 is the score. You can see the body language of CR players. Says it all.
Yeah, because although they had control on the 10 minutes, they were not total control of the game. It was a different scenario of where Havelocks put themselves under pressure by not being up with the game. But the sad part is CR couldn't get the scoreboard on. If they had scored a couple of times at that time, when Havies were still in their sleeping gowns, and it would have been a different story.
So this is the 7th week, and CR and in fact Sri Lanka Rugby has done a fantastic job in organizing this tournament. So many challenges, including COVID, so many protocols had to be followed, and so many tests have to be done. So they have done a fantastic job, and rugby is the win ultimately. And as we speak, Havelocks having good control over that scrum. Ashil Ranasinghe are chasing that ball, but Karunatilaka keep controlling it quite well. And Ashil Ranasinghe, oh, it's an interception. No, but good enough. Chanaka Chandimal goes in and he secures the ball. He knows how important it is. A little bit of bromance there.
I'm sure they are friends. That's why he was trying to get.
Yeah, so you time and again you get to see this bromancing in rugby, you know. So these are all friends. They've been in national pool, they've been in various clubs, schools, and so the friendship continues. But ultimately, when it comes to the pitch, it's a different ball game. You do get that hype once in a while. So I'm sure you would have beaten up somebody.
Yeah, why not?
During
Why
your
not?
time.
Why not? Why not? But the main thing is you still remain friends after that. You know, rugby is all about sports. In general, is all about. As we know, we are sorry to hear the demise of Shane Warne, one of the greatest cricketers, and Muthaiya Muralidharan, whom he competed with, is so sad and upset about his demise.
So it's a scrum lost by Havis and knock forward. So CRNFC has a chance to get out of trouble here. 46-3. Havis must be pushing for 50 plus score, and CR's only objective is to not concede 50
right now.
Right now. But you're talking about Shane Warne. I would say he is the greatest bowler, I think, in terms of spinning, because compared to Murali, he played in many of the fast pitches, green pitches.
Agree.
And there you go. CR, knowing that scrum is not going to be a good option for them, managed to break away. Gamanu Chetia trying to cut back inside. He's been brought down. A little bit of like big calls going on in the middle of the park, but ball's been sent down to the flanks, which is quite good to see. He's been working around, but good defense. They are coming in once again from Havelocks. CR going into contact and losing the ball this time. It's a turnover ball. Havelocks have it. They are running out of time. Can they make it count? And beautiful offload. Karunatilaka going for it. Can he go all the way? And he goes for it. Try number 6 coming in for Havelock Sports Club.
So it's at the long run pace. It's 51 points, 51 runs for 3 wickets. It's 51. I'm still in a mood of cricketing mood, so it's 51 points to 3. Absolutely. 7 try or 6 try? 7 tries.
This is the 6th try. In fact, 7th try.
Yeah.
7th try of the game.
Yeah. Complete demolition. Yeah.
So Havelocks walking out with the bonus points here, which is quite important for them. They are topping the table at the moment, but Kandy is unbeaten. Kandy's couple of games got postponed, and
Just a game. One game short of Havelock.
against Army.
I think Police. Oh, sorry. No, Army, you're right. Because, Police, they're playing this Sunday. That's tomorrow.
So Chanaka Chandimal makes no mistake. Score moves up to 53-3. CR is getting a hammering here. It's going to be pretty embarrassing for CR lads. The massive score coming against them in their home grounds.
Well, you have your ups and downs. You have your bad seasons, good seasons. It's a matter of getting around and get the things getting ready. You
Well,
just
but-
have organized.
See, on my opinion, here you can see a lot of fresh legs, young bloods, all young players, new faces, you can call it whatever it is. But when they had the big side compared to last year or year before, but still they were not producing good rugby. They were not winning big games.
You're right, and to get on the other side of the pitch, Havelocks also don't have much of big names, and I think they have got in right, and Martis and Lakala, along with the manager Anwar, has got things right.
So my point was, when CR had big names like Riz Rafaidin, Janindra Dilshan, Tarinder Ratwat, Omar Kagun Ratna, but still they were not producing big results. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to go and touch on the coaching or the playing or whatever, but it could be the conditions, could be playing setup. But right now, CR Havelock Sports Club, they are having a whale of a time. So running into traffic, trying to break that line. They've been doing that for the last 75 minutes and still unable to break that. Goes into contact, Ruchira Ekanayaka. Coming to the recycling, Robin Shenuka. Once again, good tackle, very strong one. Pushing it back. Not giving much width for the CR players. You can see, like you rightly said, Havis defense is standing right up.
Absolutely. So if you look at the fullback, he's right down there. So it's just a chip over. We'll keep the defense thinking, what's he going to do next?
Excellent. So having said that, so the Mathis Trophy, the first leg, I'm not sure whether they are playing the second leg, but then again, leaving that to aside, Sri Lanka Rugby League, the game between Havelocks and CR finishes with 53 points to 3, and Havelocks walking out as the winners. And Changap, just running through the game quickly. CR had a good start for about 20 minutes, but unfortunately they lost the plot. But on the other hand, Havis bounced back. What is your say on that?
Yeah, absolutely. CR had the game under control. Surprisingly, they had Havelocks on the back foot at the start of the game, and what happened was gradually Havelocks woke up and came into their play. So once they got into that act, and if you can't win your lineouts, if you can't win your scrums, you get driven 50 meters back in the lineout and the scrums. It's going to be a huge task in up your hands to do curtail a side like Havelocks.
Right. So that's the message here. So Havelocks, they were having a little bit slow start, but the moment they picked up their momentum and they know how to drive this game, and like this, So welcome back. 53-3 is the final score. It's a massive victory for Havelock Sports Club against CRNFC. Even though it's a league game, still they were playing for Matthias Trophy, and that goes to Havelock. So we are getting ready for the presentation. But once again, going back to the game, you were talking about simple line-outs, set plays, not to be so fancy. Would you like to add something to that?
Yeah, I mean, those are basics. Those are basic ingredients of a game that you have to be prepared, because those are restarts. Whenever the opponent make a mistake, then you want to restart it, or when your ball is kicked out in touch, whether it's stoppage time. Once again, a restart is very important. You saw it today. I mean, there was nothing to talk about. There was ample evidence. If you kick the ball down the park 50 meters, and if you can't win the line out, what's the use of kicking the ball 50 meters?
Correct. But then again, also to add that the scrums, and Havelock was absolutely brilliant in their option scrums. They were just turning things around just like that. And that's something, CR have to really work. I mean, I'm not sure whether it's the technique or maybe it's the weight, maybe it's the skills or the tactics that Havelock had. But for me, it was completely turnaround scrums. So that gave them the edge.
Completely total dominance of the game when it comes to when you can't get your restarts. And then, of course, and again, also the options they take to move forward. That's the other thing.
Well, there you go. So that's the game, 53-3.
Shivan, this, Shivan, this, Shivan.
Shula Dharmadasa, the former president, former Sri Lanka and CR player. He's the chief guest this evening. He's also standing along with him is the Havelock Sports Club president, Susita. As you see, the trophy is to be awarded
Between Havelock and CRNFC playing for the Colonel E.L. Matthews Trophy, and running right here at Havelock CRNFC. Havelock's winning this 53-3, the Colonel E. Matthews Trophy for the year 2022. So that was a fantastic victory by the boys. and they managed to do it in style. So disappointing CRNFC side, but Havelocks you can see celebrating. So that is something they're going to take home with. Unbeaten so far and winning the Colonel E.L. Matthews Trophy for the year 2022. So having said that, so thank you very much for joining here in the coverage brought to you by Sri Lanka Rugby. And until we meet again, signing off from the production crew and also myself and SW Chang. Have a wonderful evening.